On today's show, the Utah Jazz should be absolutely disgusted with themselves, the organization as a whole, in general. But the Mavs won a game. We'll tell you why. Today's Locked On Mavs.
This is Cooper Flagg, and you're listening to Locked On Mavs.
I think that's a good question.
Good morning, Isaac. All these changes, I still got my dog, Dwight Powell.
Locked On Mavs, your daily Dallas Mavericks podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network.
Still can't leave.
Your team every day.
I'm going to get a city like that.
And welcome. You're locked on to the Dallas Mavericks, where we let it ride. Let it ride because they tried. Let it ride because they tried. You gonna let me get away with that one?
I'm just so happy, man.
Your team every day. My name is Nick Angstadt, media member covering the Mavs for over 10 years. Thanks for being in every day and making Locked On Mavs your first listen each and every day and making the Locked On Podcast Network the #1 sports podcast network out there. Today's episode brought to you by FanDuel. Before tip-off, check out the FanDuel app and see what's dropping during NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 5 to 6:30 Central Time. Joining me, as always, the post-game prodigy from the Great Slightly Biased YouTube channel. What did you see from the Dallas Mavericks tonight, Slightly Biased?
Just smiling ear to ear. I mean, this is just such a great win for this franchise. I'm just so happy that this is just the place we're at.
The Mavs did get a win. They got a win against the Utah Jazz, and we'll talk about the Jazz. We'll talk about Naji Marshall, talk about Klay Thompson, talk about Moussa Cisse, talk about Jeremiah Robinson-Earl's debut, talk about all of that. But let's start here, Slightly Biased. This is a night that the Dallas Mavericks are 17-2 all time in Seats for Soldiers, Seats for Heroes night is what they call it now. And if you're watching on YouTube or Amazon Fire, if you're watching on KFAA, you can see this lineup of all the heroes, all the soldiers there, and they are shaking hands with all the players. They're taking they're getting autographs from players. It's a really cool scene afterwards to see the players interact with guys, and you know that if they're interacting with people afterwards, they have to face them afterwards, and so they have to have some shame when they play an NBA basketball game, because if they are like, hey, we didn't try in this game in front of the soldiers who are sitting in the first row, sitting courtside, you don't get away with it, right? Because then you have to answer for it afterwards, I think. You know what the Utah Jazz didn't have? They didn't have to be out there. The Utah Jazz are not there signing autographs and signing things because
The Jazz committed a war crime tonight.
they might as well have, because that was a disgusting game from the Utah Jazz. Let's just start with this. Lauri Markkanen out because of an illness. All right, sure, maybe. Maybe the guy's sick. Second night of a back-to-back. Okay, let's see what happens. Just look at the last couple of games he's missed and see if they are strategic games that he's missed in any of these, because I tend to think that they may be. The Lauri Markkanen out. Jusuf Nurkic, who has been really good for them this season, like oddly solid. You think of Nurkic as like a joke, we laugh about him, blah blah blah, but he's been very good for the Jazz this season. Not on the injury report at all. Sitting at the end of the bench, just like not playing. They decided not to play him at all. And then you look at the lineups that they were putting out there, the players that they were playing, the things that they were doing, how Will Hardy was just kind of standing there, and I don't know what was going on with the Utah Jazz. That was a disgusting game from them. One of the Mavs' best offensive games of the season. They were missing their top 7 rotation players, and it just was one of those where you look at it and go, the NBA's got to do something about tanking in this style, where they intentionally make a basketball game this disgusting. The Mavs are tanking in the sense that all their guys are hurt. They had multiple ankles hurt yesterday. They had PJ Washington, who's been in and out with injuries, and I guess you could say the same thing for Lauri Markkanen, sure. But, man, just you look at the two different sides of it, and you're like, the Mavs came out and tried this game. The Utah Jazz did not.
Yeah, it goes back to that time a few years ago when the Mavs tanked the final 2 games of the season because there was no point in them winning it at all.
And Mark Cuban dared say something about it.
Mark Cuban dared say something about it, and it was the biggest crime ever committed, according to everybody that talks about the NBA. The Mavs should have been investigated. They should have had to forfeit their picks. And yet there's teams that tank for 50 games a year, and the Utah Jazz are on year 3 of that. And this was their young core tonight, in case you were wondering. Lauri Markkanen, you can count as a young core, but this was their young core out there tonight that you saw. So, yeah, I mean, just a dreadful basketball game, but shout out to the troops, man. I'm happy they got a great night. A little disappointed. You know, all of us vets of the 24-25 Mavs didn't get an invite, but I guess that's fine. Maybe we have a night coming up I didn't know about, but
there were some vets. I met some Mavs fan vets tonight for sure. I met a lot of you here, and there was a guy yesterday in the game yesterday wearing a Mavs fan veteran hat.
Nice. I hope no one wore that hat today.
He was also wearing a number 35 Dallas Mavericks jersey.
Christian Wood?
Yes. Yeah. There was a guy wearing a Christian Wood jersey and a Mavs veteran hat, and I was like, oh, he's coming to say hi to me. And he absolutely was. Shout out to that guy. Incredible fan of us and everything, all the shows.
I love that. That's fantastic.
I just thought that this was disgusting from the Utah Jazz. And yes, they're on a second night of a back-to-back. Sure, they traveled, right? Okay, whatever. Like, they got in late. Say whatever you want. They didn't have the legs, whatever it was. I just think that we're going to see more games like this throughout the rest of the season. And if it's starting now, just like we're midway through the NBA season. The Mavs, this was game 42, I believe, for the Mavericks. Like, if this is what it's going to be like for the Jazz, and if the Mavs are not going to participate in this kind of tanking, then the Mavs pick is not going to get better than this. They're going to lose. They're going to keep losing games, sure, but they're not going to lose the crucial games like this. Why am I upset for the Mavs not losing a game good enough?
Yeah, I mean, I was telling you before we went live, like, this is just the worst place to be as a fan, when it's just like,
you're mad they won.
Yeah, mad's the wrong word, but more just like, all right, like indifferent, right? Yeah, I mean, that's why I've been saying that all years. You're not going to outtake some of these teams below you. You're just not going to. Utah has an incentive to tank because their pick is 1 through 8 protected.
Huge.
So they have.
It goes to the Thunder, doesn't it?
It goes to the Thunder.
Oof.
That's 9, right? Like if the Thunder could have the 9th pick from the Utah Jazz, and then whatever pick they get from the Clippers will probably be good at this point. But yeah, I mean. I get it. I mean, it's the system. You know, I liked it when the Mavs did it a couple years ago. I'm hopeful if the Mavs reach a point maybe in March where they decide they need to better their draft position and bottom out. It's the problem with tanking all of the solutions. Look, the solution people are mad about is the fact that the draft exists. The sport is so dependent on superstars and having top end guys that there's obviously such a major incentive to get that top pick. Getting rid of the lottery would make it worse. Doing the back-to-back years, you can't get in the top 3. I've thought about that, but then the more I've thought about it over time, I'm like, I think that would actually make it worse, because then that would mean that teams have this incentive to, oh my God, if we're a bottom 3 team this year, like we have to be bottom 3. We can keep this pick because all these other teams aren't bottom 3. So we have to be bottom 3. Yeah. And like we have to do everything in our power to be there. I think that can lead to bad things. Like, the draft exists. I don't know how you would fix it other than completely flattening lottery odds all the way across the league to where it's like everyone's got the same chance. So there's no point in, trying to be bad or anything.
Could you make like rookie contracts shorter in a way to like de-incentivize, like, okay, you get this young guy, but it isn't, you don't get him as long.
Maybe. I think I've just kind of accepted it for what it is. Like, this is just part of the game. I mean, there's stuff like this in every sport. I don't know why it gets so amplified in basketball. And I think it's because the NBA for so long has had this problem where they just let these networks run rampant with trashing their league. And so now all of those, all of those takes and stuff is sort of spread across the NBA fan because that's all they hear. It's like, oh, tanking is horrible. It's like tanking exists in every sport that has a draft. Like, there's an incentive to lose games late down the stretch.
Yeah, you see teams sit quarterbacks all the time.
Yeah, I mean, the Giants, like there was that thing with the Giants the last 2 weeks of the season. They were listing guys out with illnesses, and then those guys would show up courtside at Knicks games the night before the games. Like, this happens. It's just so amplified in the NBA. And then the thing is it sucks when you're watching all 82 games and you come across a game like this and it's just like unwatchable filth garbage basketball, which is what it was.
And they have a lot of games. They play 82 games. And so you're just like, okay, well, if like, I don't know, 15 are like this, whatever, sure. If 5 are like this, if 2 are like this for the Mavericks at the end of the season where they sit everybody fine. But if it's going to be half of your season, if the Jazz are going to do this for an entire half of the season, if this is what is going to happen for the rest until the end of April, like, whew, that's brutal. And honestly, I feel for the Jazz fans, where this is the way they have to go forward, and they have to watch all these guys. And yeah, maybe you go, well, maybe if they had drafted better, then maybe like your Cody Williams and your Isaiah Collier and your, those guys would have been better, right? Your Ace Bailey, whoever else, and then you wouldn't be in this problem. Like, okay, maybe that's the case. Is just build a better team. But this is the way that you have to go forward. You have to tank to get a better player, and the Mavs are probably going to do it, but they're not doing it yet. I don't think the Mavs are tanking it all yet. There's not been one move the Mavs have made that I've been like, oh, there you go. That's a choice to decide to lose this game. They've played guys when they've been back. They've sat guys out of precaution because of injury after the Cooper Flagg and Gafford thing. Ugh, it was disgusting and frustrating to watch. But the Mavs still won a game. So coming up, let's talk about Klay Thompson. Let's talk about Naji Marshall. Talk about Caleb Martin. I'm going to make Slightly eat crow maybe a little bit. We'll talk about that and more.
Huh?
Coming up. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by DoorDash. Season's heating up. DoorDash has a way to keep fans in their bag all season long, the whole way through. Whether you're watching the highlights, the tunnel fits, or just your favorite player, DoorDash makes the entire season more fun. You get anything delivered. I don't know if you can get autographs delivered, but the Mavs are delivering autographs right now to the heroes, which is pretty awesome to watch here. You can get all kinds of things delivered with DoorDash. You can get stuff late night when you're hanging out after a Mavs game, a Mavs win, or a Mavs loss. Whether you need to eat your sorrows away, you can get something delivered. The group chat says, pull up. DoorDash makes sure you show up prepared. Snacks, cups, even a phone charger for the friend who's always at 2%. From tip-off to overtime, stay in your bag and order on DoorDash. Get snacks, drinks, gear, whatever gets you through this season because you know you're going to need something delivered right to your door. DoorDash in your bag all season long.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
Thanks for hanging out with us on Locked On Mavs, being part of the show, part of the Raccoon Squad. That's what we call our listeners, listening every day. It was hilarious as I was talking to a former player here in my media seat. Guy walks by and yells Raccoon Squad at me. It's a very funny occurrence when you have to explain what that means to people. And I love it.
I still don't really get it, but I just go with it.
Which is fine. Which is fine if you don't get it. There's an episode, Isaac's Goodbye, in one of our lives on YouTube. You can go watch the whole story. He explains the whole story in that one. And the music stop. But so appreciate everybody that I meet here at games. I'm in section 123 if you want to come out and say hi. I appreciate it every time. They have upped security. I will say that, which is funny. There's now multiple ushers in this area. I cannot confirm or deny if it is because of the foot traffic that has happened over here.
Can I double back real quick on the tanking talk?
Yeah, keep going.
Because I do want to throw the Jazz some bail because this game was horrible. They played terribly, but they're also on the second half of back-to-back with travel. So,
sure.
I think it was just a combination of that and this just being a bad game for some of their young guys. So, Lowry was really the only guy, and Nurkic being a DNP. But, yeah, I mean, they said Lowry is a tank. He's not sick. Let's just be honest with ourselves. But, I'll give him some bail. We will see much more egregious in a few months. I promise you that.
Yeah. Yeah, Lauri Markkanen was out. He was out in Deep Ellum last night.
Yeah, he was. Wow.
I'm just kidding. I have no clue. Cannot confirm
Careful.
or deny where Lauri Markkanen's whereabouts were.
Hope he was safe.
He tweets and goes, "Guys, I wasn't. I was in Uptown." You're like, "Oh, okay."
Uptown's back.
Don't accuse me of going to Deep Ellum.
Deep Ellum used to be the spot, man.
The last couple times I have been there has been a million people there, so it is still a spot.
Packed.
Still a spot.
It goes in cycles, I think, where it's just. It kind of is this fun place, and then it gets just too fun. And it's just overcrowded, which obviously overcrowding with, alcohol in places open until 2 a.m.
No.
Recipe for disaster.
Alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well.
And pies. They have Emporium pies there now, which is just incredible. You ever had Emporium pies?
I have. Yeah, it is good.
Just slams every single time. Love it. All right, Mavs win a game. They do. And shout out to the Mavs for trying, for going out there, for putting out the effort because they were how many times, and one of the reasons why I'm like, man, the Jazz didn't try this game. How many times did the Mavs steal an inbounds pass after they made a shot? Like the Mavs make a shot, then they steal the inbounds. It was like 3 or 4 times they stole inbounds passes where then they got another shot. I think Caleb Martin got one, Naji got one, and we got to start with Klay Thompson. 23 minutes, 26 points, like Wilt Chamberlain out there. 6 assists for him too. And he hit 6 threes, hit 4 other shots, couple other mid-range shots, hit a weird running floater layup that was hilarious to watch, and I was cracking up when I saw that. But Klay Thompson, this was his best game of the season. I mean, bar none.
Yeah, I mean, this was his season high in points, right?
Has to be.
Yeah, and this just continues a pretty crazy good stretch for Klay.
Warming up.
Yeah, and then he's been a notorious slow starter throughout his career. So not really that surprising, honestly.
Yeah, season high before this was 23. Season high in assists was 5, which he had against Utah the last time they played, January 8th. So something about Utah, he just gets his passes out.
I mean, that's where Cooper has 40. It might just be the Jazz. Just terrible. Defensively. I think that might just be it.
Well, you know what? You know what's great about that?
What?
They play the Mavs on Saturday, so they can play them. They can play them again, and they can have this kind of game again, maybe because, Klay Thompson looked awesome in this game.
Why do we get 4 Jazz games? Was the first game Cup rescheduling?
No, I think every once in a while you get 4 from a team that's not in your division.
Okay.
I think don't they rotate a different? You play a different division. You play that team 4 times.
I don't understand the NBA schedule stuff. Like, why are there rules for the NBA schedule, man? The division stuff is embarrassing to me. It's one of the big flaws of the league.
You play every team. You play every team twice. You play your division, all of them 4 times. You play one other division in the West 4 times, I think.
My thing with
3 times for the other West teams.
My thing for the division is like, if you're going to play your own division 4 times, then why don't you just go back to the divisions meaning something in the playoff race?
The division should be what the NBA Cup groups are.
I did not hate that. I really didn't. I didn't hate that if you won your division, you got a top 4 seed. I thought that made sense.
And you raised a banner like the 1986-87 Midwest Division Champions banner?
Damn right, man. Raise that banner.
Is there another one? I think that's the only division banner they have up there.
I'm a proponent of raising any banner you can because you never know.
Would you have raised the Cup banner if you were the Knicks?
Of course, yeah. I mean, not raising a Cup banner is lame.
Would you have raised we're like 6-7 or 6-8 since the Cup?
Yeah, I would raise that one.
Knicks have been bad since then.
I'd raise the banner for tonight. Beat the Jazz 144-122 on January 15th, 2016.
Seats for Heroes Night. We showed up 17-2 in seats. They should do a banner for the Seats for Soldiers Night, and it just changes every time. 17-2.
I'd love that.
18-2. It just keeps going up every time.
Man, how was Klay was great tonight.
Klay was awesome.
Naji was fantastic.
He just continues to have great games. 22 points in 24 minutes, 6 boards, 4 assists, 3 steals. He was one of the ones that got a steal from an inbound. He had 2 threes as well, like knocking him down. And when Naji knocks down threes, this is something I've noticed from him. It's when he has no time. 0 time. Give him 0 time. A hand in his face, 0 on the shot clock, whatever. Give the ball to Naji Marshall. And Naji, don't think at all. Just hoist. And you will put the 3 in. It feels like every one of his threes has been just like that.
Yeah, that's a really great point. And sometimes that's just the way it is when you don't have time to think and you just have to put up a shot.
Mechanics.
Yeah, it's just put it up there and hope for the best. I'm starting to really see the vision for Naji, and I think we've
banned that word.
World
Hold on 1 second.
Year.
Hold on 1 second. We've banned that word from the show.
Okay, I'm starting to see the
plan.
The final level of Naji.
There it is.
The fully evolved Naji, where I think on a really good team, I think he could just be your bench guard, like your backup lead guard off the bench, who's just has the ball in his hands and is scoring and is providing a punch. Not to say that he can't start, because I don't want to insinuate that, but I just think on a really good team, Naji coming off the bench is such a weapon. That's why they call him the knife, actually.
That's exactly right. If he can't shoot threes, if he's going to hit 2 out of 5 threes, absolutely he can start. Absolutely he can start. But if he's not going to, if he's going to hit like he's been hitting this year, then he can't start. That's why.
Yeah. Starting becomes a little bit weird. But coming off the bench and stuff, it's a massive weapon. For some reason, I've been thinking he has 4 year. He signed a 4-year deal, but it was a 3-year deal.
Yeah, he's only.
So him having 1 year left, because I was kind of just I wouldn't trade Naji unless some team blows you away. Because why not just keep him around?
Yeah.
Him being expiring next year makes it a little bit complicated because he's gonna get a pay raise, right?
You would think so. He's only making 9 this year and next year.
You would think he's bare minimum a full mid-level guy from someone.
Yeah, what is that now? 14, 15?
Yeah. So, which I'd pay him actually in a heartbeat if that's something he would extend with.
Yeah, such a valuable player to have. He plays games. That's one of the most important things on Mavericks. Any player the Mavericks are going to add in the next however many years, just look at their games played. Tell me if they play games. I can't do this again. Before the game, Jason Kidd was asked, are you guys thinking about having to deal with not having enough healthy players? And Jason Kidd goes, we've been down this road before. We've done this. Hopefully we get healthy soon. That's the option. And they added Jeremiah Robinson-Earl in a 10-day. But, this team just keeps losing players.
That was hilarious watching this game because I don't go on Twitter that much anymore, so I didn't he was checking the game and I literally went, when did Jeremiah Robinson-Earl joined the team. Like at first I was like, who is that? And I was like, that's JRE. I was like, what?
It's hilarious thinking about you watching this game. You watch every Mavericks game. You're like, a top tier Mavericks fan, having no clue who is checking in for the team.
Yeah, I mean, it's on my stream. You guys go back and find the moment where I'm literally just like, when did Jeremiah Robinson-Earl join the team? I know he was on like the summer. He was there during training camp and stuff.
Yeah, right. 9 days from now, you won't have to ask that question. Or it'll be somebody else.
Well, shout out to him. I didn't even know that was a rule where you could technically have 26 guys.
It's a 10-day, and it's because they applied for that hardship penalty and the hardship contract with Lively and Exum, and so they are allowed to do that now. And I guess they could do it with a 10-day. I didn't know you could do it with a 10. But coming up, let's talk about Caleb Martin. I thought he was really good in this one. Another really solid game, continuing to boost my point that he's rehabbing and he's getting back to being an NBA player. We'll talk about him and more. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by FanDuel. You know what it is. Every Friday, NBA happy hour, 5 to 6:30 Central Time. You get fun stuff all the time with NBA happy hour on FanDuel. Limited time window where special offers drop right inside the FanDuel app before the action starts. You can check out all kinds of different things. You can check out NBA odds for awards. Cooper Flagg, Rookie of the Year, just exploded. I mean, nobody is even going to catch him for Rookie of the Year, it feels like. You can check out games. You can check out spreads. You can check out money lines. All kinds of things like that you can get on FanDuel. Right now, I'm checking right now. Cooper Flagg, minus 900. He was minus 1,000 last week. Con Canelo plus 650. That's gone up a little bit. And so that gap is not as wide as it was before. It was like minus 1,000 plus 1,000. That was the gap. It was absolutely insane. But Cooper Flagg, Rookie of the Year, you can check that out on FanDuel. And check out all kinds of things that they have during NBA Happy Hour, 5 to 6:30 Central Time. On every Friday, a little basketball, little action, a whole lot of Friday energy. That's NBA Happy Hour only on FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
Thanks for hanging out with us on Locked On Mavs, being part of the show. All right, Slightly. I want to talk about the Mavs. They get a win. They look good. Jazz defense was terrible. That's the caveat in maybe all of this. But Caleb Martin, another just really, really good game from him where you just see the confidence growing from him game after game after game. He finished with 14 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. He had 3 steals. He hit 2 actual threes. You just see the confidence brimming from him. Drives, kickouts, the passing, the threes. Like if you get a player like that, he could be a rotation player. I'm holding it down. I'm doing it again. We're running that back. The same topic from last night.
Okay, I mean, yeah, if he plays like how he's played the last couple games, sure, he can be a rotation guy next year. If you get this peak level of 26 Caleb Martin every game.
This wasn't peak level. This is just like a pretty good game.
14 points, 6 of 8, hit both of his threes, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals in 29 minutes.
I'm not saying he's going to do that every game, but can you get a 3 from him? Can you get a steal? Can you get 2 assists? Can I get that from a rotation guy? Sure, that'd be great.
You know, yeah, if the three ball comes back to like a mid-30s% thing, then okay, yeah, I mean, 8th or 9th guy, yeah. Sure.
It starts one bucket at a time. He's got to build the pyramid back.
He does look way better now. He really does. The confidence is just.
He feels like he's back. You go back to that Naji quote where he was like, "Yeah, we saw what he was going through at the beginning of the season, and now here he is." Like, oh, that was a thing that he was struggling. Everybody could tell, and now it seems like he's getting back his confidence. And sometimes that's what's good about a weird tanking season like that. There are some things that end up working out for you. You have like SGA with the Thunder, who got a ton of time to run all his stuff and be able to do experiment and do whatever he wanted to do. Then he got to learn next to Chris Paul. There's all kinds of there's always some good things in seasons like this, and we're gonna try to find some of them. And I think Caleb Martin's one of them.
Yeah, I mean, my only concern with stuff like this is we used to say these same things about the Grizzlies, and then we said that about the Grizzlies 2 years in a row, and then
true.
Now the Grizzlies are just stuck in this,
Yeah, they have different issues.
But their issues kind of stemmed, and I mean, they've got the jaw thing and all of that, but their issues started with injuries.
It's true. They're injured all the time, which is a big issue. But their problem is their star player hates their coach 2 years in a row. It's like, okay, he hated the coach, then he hates the new coach. It's like, okay, well, we're just going to keep changing our coach. And he also doesn't play games. So,
yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, the injury stuff for the Mavs is just it's insane. It is just crazy how hurt they are all the time.
Tell me if I should feel stupid about this.
Okay.
Before the game, people
you
were
should
asking
never
me.
feel stupid.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Before the game, people were asking me what I think about this game. How do you think the Mavs are going to fare? All that, and I said I think Keontae George could go off for 50 tonight.
He was very quiet, huh?
How many shots did he take in the second half? It was something I was watching. He didn't play a lot in the fourth quarter, but he took. Oh my gosh, he took 2 shots in the second half. Played 10 minutes. I called it. I should have. I think I did. I send this in the text message. I think I sent it to the text line at halftime. I said, Keontae only played 12 minutes. I bet Keontae only plays 12 minutes in the second half is what I texted the text line. So if you subscribe to the hat, you know that I called it. He played 10 minutes, and he only took 2 shots. They're tanking, man. Like that's directed. No plays were called for Keontae George.
You think there was a directive from the top to lose this game potentially?
Yes.
You want to know something I'm actually thinking about with them? Because we're all in this agreement that, like, hey, Will Hardy's a great coach, man. It's just, they're tanking. Great coach, great coach. Well, is he going to be capable of flipping that switch into being, all right, I'm the guy who's coaching us to be good now? He's had this culture of, and it's not his fault. I'm not blaming him, but, when the culture with him and from the top has been, we need to lose games.
This is the problem that I understand when Mavs fans go, I don't want to tank. I don't want that culture here. I don't want that loser's mentality here. I get that because it is hard to shake that off from some players, right? Like, think about all the players that played for that Bobcats team that won like 7 games. Like, I don't know that any of them went on to become like good players on other teams. Like I think Raymond Felton had a moment.
Zana Diop on that team.
He did win an NBA championship, sure. I think Raymond Felton kept playing after that, but man, it's just hard to shake that stink off sometimes, and to go through a season where there's just no expectations and there's not much urgency. I don't know how you flip that switch from a coach to the players now all of a sudden, right? Like, how do you hold people accountable in a way all of a sudden? And maybe he's doing it. I think we see like 10% of coaching really, from what we can see, and so maybe that's something he's doing. I know he's a very smart guy. David Locke talks to him all the time, and I've heard conversations they've had. And you're like, wow, this guy really thinks about basketball in a really smart way, but I think all coaches probably do. Except maybe Doc Rivers. And he does. But I don't know how you flip it between like the coach flipping it and then the players also being on board with the flip as well. And that's a hard thing.
Yeah, I mean, and it could be one of these things where they decide, oh, Will Hardy can't be our guy that takes us to the next phase, and then he catches on, goes to be a head coach somewhere else, and becomes incredible because it's just right away the goal is winning. Yeah, that was kind of my stance with the tanking thing. Is it's like it feels like it's very easy to slip into this, go down a slippery slope. Like people talk about the Thunder tanking, and the Thunder really only tanked for like 2 years.
Yeah, really, and they were just bad.
Yeah, they were bad, and they had this very young team, and they also had, I say convenient because and it's not convenient, but 2 like real Shea injuries that occurred around this time in both of those seasons that they used basically as an excuse to shut them down for the entire year.
Right.
So that kind of accelerated how much they lost. There was never like a game to game. They had Poku out there running around throwing up nonsense.
Oh, I forgot about Poku.
Yeah, man.
I forgot about Poku. Shout out to the Mavs still out here. They're still Mavs. I see Musa taking pictures. There's still guys out here taking pictures and signing stuff. There's Jaden Hardy.
Yeah,
this is a fun moment. I love this game.
Yeah.
I do miss though what they used to do. At least what I remembered. Maybe I'm remembering this wrong. But they used to all wear their like fatigues, and then they would all walk out at the same time. They would hold them in the back of the tunnel, like right before tip off, and then they would let all of them walk out and sit courtside. And it was a really fun moment. And they didn't do that this time. This time they also let other season ticket holders in other sections besides just courtside give up tickets, and so they were scattered all throughout the arena, which is also kind of cool that there was more opportunities for more people.
Well, it's not just the troops anymore; it's first responders as well.
That's true. That's why they changed it from troops to heroes, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good job on the Mavs.
Good job. Yeah.
I haven't said that very often. on the show.
Yeah, I mean, this is just.
Shout out to Jeremiah Robinson-Earl. His debut for the Mavs this year: 12 points, 7 boards, 2 steals, hit 2 threes. Got a little bounce, got a little shot.
Yep. Best of luck to him.
And I was gonna say, in 9 days he'll play for somebody else. Or
just remembering-
he could get a second 10-day, I guess, with the Mavs. I think you could do you could do 3 in a row.
When was the Kyler Kelly thing last year? Had Luke already been traded at that point, or is he still here? Because I remember there being videos how can Kyler Kelly help out this team? And it's
Kyler Kelly was on the team because, remember, he started the game the day Luka was traded against the Cavs.
oh, okay. Shout out to Kyler, man. What's he up to?
That's a good question. He's probably here.
Maybe.
I mean, seats for heroes. You talk about a hero.
Does he get his name written on the court? Do you have to? Is
Oh
there
my
any
God.
threshold?
I bet he
for that?
does. Wait, I bet he does. I bet I could go find it.
See if you can see it from all the way up there.
I was gonna say, hold on. I got.
This is great content. There you go. We're just gonna sit here for the next 3 hours while
Nick Van
searches-
Exel, Tyson Chandler, Jason. Jet Terry was here tonight. He's an assistant for the Jazz. Shout out
That's
to
right.
a legend being in the building for real.
Legend, absolutely.
Shout out to Mark Aguirre getting his number retired.
When is that?
29th,
Nice.
end of January. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
What are you doing
What
later
we
tonight?
me? I'm going out deep Ellum.
Let's go. I'm sorry. I'm going to Uptown.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe our Ubers will pass each other.
Go to 2 different spots. Shout out. There you go. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us on Locked On Mavs. Check out Slightly Biased, great YouTube channel, and on the Haymaker Network. Great stuff over there from those guys. And Isaac will have an episode on the Kuminga rumors a little bit later today, so listen to that wherever you're listening and watching this. Guys, thanks so much for listening to Locked On Mavs. Peace out. Boom!
Jonathan Kuminga is the only thing that can save this season.
His skill set exactly.